to the Podsack podcast. It's your boy Andre Sheldon and Coop. We're gonna talk about anime and gaming news. Da, 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 da. Bow, bow, bow. We're back.
What up, Sack Squad?
Beep, 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 beep.
We back for another
We
week.
back. I think I got the jingle down.
We
Yeah,
back.
that was you're getting it more consistent now.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
All we need to
Thank
do is
you.
add like effects to it.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
something, you know?
like
I just need to get a beat behind it.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
easy.
Absolutely.
Easy. Hit like a at the end.
Yeah, so we're back.
DJ Khaled.
Yeah. Another
It's
one.
legitimately DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
There you go.
So we're back with
We're
another
back.
week of stupidity.
Yes,
Yes, your
sir.
boys are back to talk about anime and gaming news.
See, if we ever change our name again, we are calling this podcast Another Week of Stupidity.
Another week
That's
of
a good
stupidity.
Because he always says it, and I'm like, that always sounds really funny.
It does sound really good.
Yeah, another week. Of
Another week of stupidity.
No, not again.
Should we?
A third,
A third name change? No.
a second rebranding.
If we're gonna do a rebrand, it'll be in the future. We gotta
we
gain.
scrap this one and then we start.
Yeah,
new.
literally.
A whole new
Like
channel.
Jinwoo, we are real.
Yeah, it's our
again.
prestige. Once we hit 100, we have to reset rank.
I like
you
this
know?
better. We reawaken.
Reawaken.
F color, dude.
Jinwoo style.
So yes, we are going to be talking about solo leveling today. We're going to be talking about
Dragonball Daima.
Dragonball Daima,
And then Sakamoto Days.
Sakamoto Days,
Sakamoto Days.
and
Yeah,
we
apparently.
got since this has been a light week, we got some fun just topics to talk about. at
Might
the
just
end.
riff.
We might just
A little
riff.
bit, Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's get into. Wait, you want to talk about your week a little bit? Yeah.
I had a
Yeah.
pretty cool week. I mean, I started work this week. It's been fun. You know, I started working on a beachfront house.
Oh
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
Tawasin?
Yeah, it's Centennial Beach.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, it's really nice. You just see like all the ocean. And since it's been like, it was nicer earlier in the week. And all I would see is like this beautiful sunrise right across like all the mountains with the ocean there. It
That's
was
dope.
gorgeous.
Is it close to the mall?
No.
By any way, shape, or form?
No.
Okay.
It's further like south.
So I'm assuming you drive past the mall then. To go to
I just stick on the highway basically
Oh,
the whole
okay.
way there.
it?
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's been really, really nice. I've been really enjoying it. And yeah, yesterday I finally got my Christmas gift from Jane, which was our Shane Gillis comedy event. I
Yes,
loved it real
sir.
much. Yeah, I loved
How
it.
was it?
It was good.
Yeah.
It's good. Really good.
Nice.
I really like Shane. His two openers were pretty decent.
Nice.
But yeah, he had Big J Okerson also come out, and he was really good.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
He's a pretty funny guy, but yeah, Shane was he was top notch. I loved the hour. It was funny, witty. I think there are some areas definitely that he's still kind of working
Navigating?
on. Yeah,
Yeah, fair.
because there's some areas that are very honed in and focused, and I think
Is
they
he a
just need
newer
some-
comedian?
Shane? Well, no, he's been around for a while.
last, like,
The thing
maybe
is,
5 to 10 years. something
yeah.
Like that.
So he was.
Yeah.
Is
The
he
reason is he
Becoming
he was on
more in the
SNL.
limelight in the sense of he's getting more popular.
Yes.
That's
So
fair.
he got really, really big because he got canceled off SNL, and then he regained his own following, and then became really big on his own very quickly
Nice.
from like his skits and everything like
Yeah.
that. And he's had some really, really funny comedy takes, and I've just, you know, as someone who's been watching comedy since he's 13, like he's all in, and he knows exactly where to play with the audience. Like he's just very smart like that.
That's
And it was just a very fun show. Even Jane really liked it, and she's not really a comedy person, so that's saying something.
That's pretty
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
But how were you guys' weeks?
I mean, pretty light, just working a lot. I've done a lot of looking back at my own YouTube content. I'm trying to change up how I do the formula. I felt that like I haven't really been. I've fallen into a very cookie cutter mindset where push more out and it's not as quality. So I'm taking a lot more time with the recent video I shot, and I'm putting more quality, more effort. And if it takes longer, then I have to be like, look, it's okay. I don't need to push out a video like every other day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree.
And I'm actually enjoying a lot more of the editing process and just playing around with effects, sounds, transitions, and not just being like 1, 2, 3, done.
Yeah.
I'm having a lot more fun in the sense of like, oh, I could play with this.
Well, the
How
nice
can
part
I
is
imagine this?
right now you're experimenting, right? And you're
Yeah.
gonna get into, you're gonna find something that a formula you really like.
Yeah.
And you're gonna build that formula out.
Yeah.
And you're gonna hone it in, and then you'll get back to just, I mean, it'll feel cookie cutter, but you might be getting that down to like a weekly basis, maybe even a 4-day basis.
Obviously, well, it's like 2 steps back to essentially take 3 steps forward, because once I get it down, it's just like done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to look at it,
Mhm.
because you just taking your time and putting like your full creativity into it just means more.
Oh
you know?
yeah.
It feels more honest.
Yeah.
With your audience, right?
Like
So
I've seen this quote a couple times, but it's like it says, and I'm probably I am paraphrasing, but it's, if you aren't happy with the content you're making and pushing out, then why even make it in the first place?
exactly.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Damn.
So
That's why we're here.
Confucius say.
exactly. Yeah.
But that's why we're here. We love this stuff.
Yeah.
I love coming here every week and talking about anime with you boys.
Word.
It's fun.
I feel that.
It's
we
fun,
get into
yeah.
some stupid arguments,
We do.
some fun conversations.
Get hype about stuff.
Yeah,
I get picked on in the chair.
You
yeah,
do.
you get picked
Great.
Crazy.
You're like, wait, I can't say this.
Hasn't been 10 minutes.
Yeah, literally.
Oh man,
Has not been 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
it's all good.
The Office.
Busy.
Yeah.
Busy, man. Yeah, it's just nonstop. And there's all these like new initiatives putting into place. And it's just like, okay, we like, it's hard. It's a little challenging to steer because it's like trying to get everybody on board. And that's kind of the tough part.
Are you in the sense of steering the ship? Are you at the helm, or are you just trying to keep people together?
It's like slow. It's a little bit of both.
Oof.
It's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
You know? So like I'm trying to lead that, but also
Mhm.
trying to get everybody on board with it. Of course,
Mhm.
nobody likes change, especially with how big this clinic is. So it's like,
Yeah.
just-
These days, no one really accepts change.
they do. It just takes time.
It takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah,
It takes
like
time.
and you gotta like
Sorry,
slowly,
you can't force change. It's like a 1-day acceptance thing.
Yeah,
1 day at a
yeah.
time.
It'll
And with how busy we are, it's like you have to navigate it slowly and carefully,
Yeah.
and otherwise it can all just crumble. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So
yeah.
very
That just
delicate.
sounds
You
hectic.
can't push. You
Delicate.
can't push too hard,
Yeah,
and you can't. But you still have to try to ensure that it's trying to be done.
absolutely.
Yeah, and I assume like once you walk into your like office, it's just like locked in from
Oh, yeah,
from the
100%.
minute you start to the minute you kind of like leave. It's like
Yeah,
emails and
100%.
everything.
Other than that, just been kind of chilling, watching some shows. Severance on Apple TV, second season is out.
How is that? I see it everywhere.
It's freaking amazing, man.
Is it?
Yeah, I think it's one of the best shows out right now.
Really?
100%.
Wow.
The writing is smart. Like the cinematography is great. There's like layers to the show, man.
What was the show about?
So
Light synopsis, if
yeah,
you could.
so
Yeah.
essentially, like, so severance is it's a procedure that they do to people.
Okay.
People that want to separate their work life from their outside life.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So what happens is when these people go to work, their work selves have no recollection of what goes on in their outside world. Zero.
Oh.
So the minute they leave work, though, and they're
They're like
outside,
conscious kicks back in.
their conscious kicks back in, but they don't remember anything about their work life.
Weird.
Interesting.
And now, if I could, I can't
So-
remember I can't remember the actor's name of the main character, but, and I'm just totally guessing, at a point, does he kind of like lock in, and then he's awake at work, and he's like, what the hell is going on?
Not necessarily.
Okay, fair. Okay,
But
good.
it feels like it's gonna get to that point.
Okay.
It feels
Interesting,
like
interesting.
It's gonna get
Okay,
to that point.
okay.
Yeah.
Where-
Adam Scott is
Adam Scott, thank you.
That's-
Adam Scott.
Where's it streaming?
Apple TV.
I'm
Apple
surprised
TV?
you haven't
Cool.
seen it. It's
Apple
like I
TV.
see
No.
things for
I
everywhere.
I've just been so locked in with what I've been doing. So
Fair,
I just-
yeah.
I haven't really been exploring too much.
Yeah.
But that's a good note. Severance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So it separates that.
Mhm. That's a very interesting concept of just
Yeah.
like having like going to work and just going like autopilot,
Yeah.
and then you leave work and it's like,
So
What
I
happened?
feel like I'd do
so
that now.
the thing with the severance thing in this show, it's like it's not really recognized by the world. There are a lot of people that don't believe it, but then there are people who do want to do it. And the main character, like Adam Scott, his character is Mark. The reason why he did it was so he can, because he was struggling with the loss of his wife. is what it was.
Okay.
So he didn't want to go all day thinking about it.
Oh, so it's like a coping mechanism
For him, yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, for him it was. Yeah. And
I can
things-
see how that becomes addicting.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
things just start to get like peeled back, and it's kind of interesting because it's like in real life when you go to work, you don't really bring up your outside stuff to work,
Yeah,
and then when you leave work, you don't.
I can see how
necessarily
the
wanna
show
bring
can be
your-
very relatable.
Yeah, you don't want to bring your work stuff to your outside life, right? You just
Mm.
kind of want to leave and forget it at that point.
I might, yeah, I might. I mean, I have a free. It came with my phone, like a free 3 month of Apple
Yeah.
TV. I might like it's. I've seen previews. It looks like it's very interesting.
Yeah, like the second season just started. I think we're on episode 4.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
100%
Interesting.
recommend watching that show, man. It's so good.
Really? Okay. Okay.
So
fair.
good.
Fair.
Yeah, I think you guys would seriously enjoy it.
I'll give it a I'll
Yeah.
give it a shot. I'll give it
Yeah.
a shot.
Ditto. Ditto.
But going
Let's
on
get
to a
into-
show that we all really like.
The Man
Sakamoto
Who
Days.
Lives 2 lives.
The Man Who Lives 2 Lives. He's Hannah
So-
Montana.
Solo Leveling.
Oh, you want to start with
Oh,
that?
hell yeah.
Let's
come on,
go.
Straight
Hell
in.
yeah, man.
Come on.
We continue back with Jinwoo working at the mines,
Mm-hmm,
getting all cut. We
Yeah.
had a blue steel moment with Cheng Ha, right?
Chai Hin.
Chai Hin?
Chai Hey.
Chai
Chai
Hin?
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how she was like, "You don't smell bad."
Yeah. Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That,
Can you come here for a second?
that was crazy. You want to know why? You want to know why? Every dude was like, "No, I can relate. I can relate," and every woman was like, "What is this? What is she talking
Yeah.
about?"
Yeah. Me at the gym with every bench. I
Yeah.
get it. You know what I mean?
I get it.
I get it. Yeah. Yeah. Literally. Need that dopamine hit.
Like,
Honestly.
she confronts him as he's about to go attack this new boss, and she's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
It basically starts off with last
right
one kind
where
of
it
just
left
like
off,
ended,
yeah.
which I appreciate. There's no time skip or anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, so he has dagger in hand, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Hey," and then he's even like, "What am I
Well,
doing?"
no, dagger's not in hand anymore.
Well, no, for a
For a split second,
for a
it was,
frame, it was.
and then it was gone.
And then it was
she
gone.
looked at it,
yeah,
and she was like,
I
Wait,
swear
huh?
to God, I saw something.
"I swear, he
Yeah.
has some."
She thought she saw swords, and
Like-
she wasn't wrong. She did.
She
but
did.
Yeah,
Like he put him away.
he
Yeah,
did.
but-
And
but he was like, "Oh, I got
So,
lost." Oh my God.
so yeah, he still it still says he's E rank, that kind of thing. So she sends him off. But
Yeah,
she's like,
she's like,
he doesn't
You're-
smell.
yeah, she's like, if you're gonna hang out here, you're gonna end up wiping out the whole mining team, and this can't
Yeah,
have that.
don't be dumb. Go back to base. Blah blah. And he goes fine, and then he walks by her, and she goes, "Wait a minute." And like her thing is that like she has very like enhanced smelling, so like
yeah.
Well, she said every hunter
always smells weird.
always smells bad.
Bad.
Yeah, that's why she walks around like this.
Yeah.
But then he walks by, and she goes, and she's like, "You smell perfectly fine." And then that's where like the curiosity of him to her just peaked, and she's
Hey.
like, "Why?"
I have a wild theory.
Uh-oh.
All
Oh,
right,
wow,
baby.
Phil.
I love it. Let's
Just
do it.
based off the bull crap that Pat pulled off last time.
What do you mean?
What if the human race has been enslaved, but they're all like decaying bodies, and she's smelling the decaying bodies, and that's why they smell bad?
That's a wild theory.
Hold on. And the reason why Jinwoo smells good is because he got chosen to come back to life. So he's alive again.
I like this. I like
That is
this.
so wild.
It's so crazy and out there, and this is why I love it.
You know what?
Okay?
I'll back it up.
I'm on board.
I'll back
I'm
it
full.
up.
This is flagship.
Like even if
canon
it's not
now.
true, it sounds sick as hell.
Exactly. It's so wild.
Yeah.
I don't
but
know.
I love it.
It just popped into my head the minute like we were talking about this. I was like,
That's
So
a
wait,
wild
wait.
theory, but
Is Jinwoo Neo and this is the Matrix?
yes,
Oh my God.
yes.
Yeah, that's literally what it
dude.
sounded
I
like.
gotta believe he's not the only one that's been reawakened.
no, because what about his dad?
His dad.
His
Well,
dad.
Has his dad been reawakened or just locked in a gate?
But then
But he's gotten stronger.
he was an A rank.
He was an A rank
Yeah.
hunter,
He
and
took
now
out
he took out
Sung Du.
Yeah.
or Sung
S
Do.
rank.
an
an
S
S
rank,
rank.
no
Yeah.
problem. He beat
Now-
him bloody.
Do you guys think it was a reawakening or he just had to just like
I think he became a player like Jinwoo did.
That's
like
right,
no
he
pun
has
intended,
to.
but like level himself up because
Yeah.
of just being locked in the
I
dungeon?
think that's it.
I think that's
like
it.
naturally
yeah,
though.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah?
Well, no, I think he had
He had a double dungeon.
I think he had something similar to what happened with Jinwoo.
Did okay, fair.
Yeah.
But like he's the first the
But
first
he
time it
got
happened.
locked in there.
Yeah.
I don't
and
know if
he
it's
just-
the first time it happened, but he definitely is one of those guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's
fair.
what I think.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's probably the only one that survived. like this long,
Possibly, yeah.
right?
Mhm. I mean, what
Uh,
it was 10. He was 10 years in it.
Yeah.
So-
yeah. But we were back. So Chaihin and so Jinwoo walks off,
Yeah.
and then he's what happens right after that? It was did it cut to Chaihin in bed?
No, that's way.
That's way in the
Yeah.
future, right?
Yeah. He just leaves the
The episode just
dungeon.
aired.
Oh, he leaves the dungeon and gets paid. Excuse me. And then if I'm not mistaken, they call him back and they're like, "Hey, we'll pay you double if you come back because you're so good."
Mhm.
Oh right, yes, yeah. So it goes back and he's talking to the foreman basically at the of the mine. He's like, dude, if you want to come back, we'll pay you double. Like,
Yeah. He's like, "I've never
please."
seen someone of your low rank
Yeah.
work as hard as you did. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And
we
then
will
he-
pay you."
And then he's like, nah, I don't want to do that. But then they end up settling for like one more day because there's an A gate and a C gate that
Yeah.
are both opening.
Yeah.
And so they basically right after that I think is
That's when we cut to Cheyenne.
Chaihin in bed.
And, well,
She's on the phone.
She's on the phone.
Yeah,
Right,
staring out
right.
into the city, and she's like,
And-
"Yo, I need files on this dude."
Mhm.
And then the person on the phone's like, "Funny,
The guild
'cause
master.
I was actually supposed to get files on him."
Yeah,
and
yeah,
she's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Okay, so it's not just me." And then yeah, she goes and lays in bed.
And she learns that the Hunter Association has also got things locked up on him
Yeah.
that they won't allow people to see. So
Yeah.
she's like, there's something more to him than
Yeah,
what is
and that's when
being
she
shown here.
laid down and she's
Yeah.
like, "What? Like, why can I figure things out? I'm an S rank. I should be able for access for everyone. Why can't I get access to
Yeah,
him?"
and that he smells so good.
Yeah. But yeah,
What the hell was that? All right. So yeah.
and then we get the
We-
next shot of him walking up to the mining thing, and
Mm,
everyone's like, "Hey, Jen, what's going on?" And we get like a nice, heartwarming flashback of everyone being like, the old dungeon of everyone being like, "Hey, Jen," and he's like, "This is
Did
what
you
it-
eat?
Yeah,
Did you have food?
you
Did
ate, blah blah blah,"
yeah.
and he's like, "This is what it kind of felt like to be wanted."
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
also showed his first love. The
I
B-rank
still
killer.
am mad.
Yep.
He
Just
just like
abandoned
pushed her
her?
off to the like.
she
she
gone
was
now.
there for him.
Yeah.
No,
But
she
he's
gone
like,
now.
"Get out of here, own."
She's like,
You're too weak now.
Yeah, literally.
you know, we're friends.
I can heal myself. I
I've
don't need you.
outclassed you.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't need
For
you.
real. For
damn,
real.
poor girl, man.
I
Uh,
know.
So yeah, he's eating lunch and then a guy comes up.
Captain.
What was his name?
It's something Jin Ho.
Yeah, I know, dude.
J-Ho.
Like, they need to stop. It's so these names are too similar at this point.
Since I'm reading it, I'm kind of starting to like know some names,
yeah,
but it's very
well, it's just every time they introduce a
Sun
new character.
Ki-hoon.
Ki-hoon.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Sun Ki-hoon.
yeah.
And he is the leader of the Hunters Guild's second strike squad.
Yes.
Yes.
And
So yeah,
It
so
was him, a bunch of A rankers, a
Yeah.
few B rankers,
yeah,
and him.
but he initially approaches and he's looking for
Yeah.
somebody to carry their equipment.
because their carrier was doing something else,
Yeah.
short staffed, and he asked the foreman of all like the E ranks, and
And of
Mhm.
course, Jin.
no one wants to do it. And then I assume Jin thought he's like, "This is my chance to go
Well,
in
no,
there."
of course. But I was wondering why he didn't immediately jump at the option.
That's
just be like,
Jin.
hey, yo.
Yeah.
That's Jin.
Because I think he doesn't want to like give it away that fast. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you. I
So,
feel you.
but
Yeah.
nobody
But
else
he-
wants to do it. So,
He does end up going with them.
Yeah,
And they
and he
end
gets hazard pay too.
He gets
So
hazard
like,
pay.
not only is he getting a better experience, he's also getting paid like quadruple what he was.
yeah,
absolutely.
a lot more.
Yeah.
a lot more.
So essentially, he's just a pack mule for all
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
well,
equipment.
he's doing what he did before, right?
Yeah.
For
I didn't even
Dung
think
Suck,
of that.
right?
I didn't even think of that.
Remember,
Yeah.
he's already done this before.
Yeah.
So yeah, they end up going into this A rank.
yep, they get in there.
dungeon.
Jackal started attacking them.
Jackal
Not to
started-
mention, they said that the A rank gate was bigger. Was
Yeah,
very big.
It was very big. It
Yeah.
was bigger than the last time.
Yeah.
So
so
And they
obviously,
didn't sense any magic from it either.
they
no.
didn't sense any
So they
magic.
grew. So the A rank overnight, I guess, grew. It
yeah.
was very big.
So they go in. And yeah,
No.
immediately met with jackals.
Jackals.
Yeah.
And they start fighting them.
Nice C rank beast.
Nice C-rank beast, and
should
they
not-
just
they should not be in there.
yeah, because they're just slaughtering these things.
Mhm.
And Jinwoo looks at him and he's like, hey, these got collars on them.
Like they've been tamed.
Yes.
He's like, this is weird.
Yes.
Hey, you know what I mean?
Hey.
Tamed,
Absolutely.
right?
I want one of those collars.
Hold on.
Huh?
Anyway, that happens, and it's a bit weird that that dungeon jackals have collars because they're just supposed to be random beasts.
Correct.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they get fucking ambushed.
Well, not even ambush, just like walks up, just big, burly, high orcs.
Yeah.
And these things are
Huge.
like,
And I love the animation on them.
I like how they look too.
How they look, like their whole style.
Because normally
is
orcs are green.
cool.
That's how they're
Yeah.
portrayed in most
Yeah.
like animes or
Yep,
shows
yep,
and stuff.
yeah,
But
green with like giant tusks.
Yeah, but these guys are like red and ginormous.
But the thing is,
and
they all
horns
look-
And on trend.
They
And
all
jaw.
looked unique.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
they might have not looked. It's a lot. Some of them looked the same, but like very minor detailed differences.
That
And
one had
some-
a shoulder plate. That one
Yeah.
had like a chest plate.
They did actually design like a few of these, which was really cool.
Yeah,
I
and these hierarchs
appreciated
don't
that.
fuck around.
Mhm.
They are putting the oomph and oomph when
They're giving the A rank group work right now.
yeah
They-
work.
Yeah, they are really messing them up.
Yeah.
They're struggling to hold
One
their
dude
own.
gets his whole arm just
whole
locked
arm
off,
lopped off.
Yeah, that was
like just
And-
clean.
And then the healer, who's an A rank healer, just like regens that shit.
Done.
It was dope.
She said, new limb, and it's on.
Skin,
You know,
bone, everything.
I feel like if that was a thing in real life, people would do
That's-
much more hazardous
that's
job for crazy pay.
Oh.
That's Orihime level like healing.
Yes, and she
That's
did it without
crazy.
any effort.
Yeah, without any effort.
Yeah, she was just like, I got you. Boop.
Yep. And so that
Ooh,
happens, and
one of the mages had this like fire summon ability.
he did have another
was
summoner
cool.
ability.
Yeah,
He was able to summon 2 fire knights.
So we know that there's not just like he's not the only one that can summon things.
well, no, he said that people were able to summon. I don't know if you remember, but
Oh.
in the beginning, they had a conversation in the beginning of the season. They had a conversation where he summons them in front of that group when they're in the ice ice area.
yeah.
And
Usually
he's like,
people are only
usually
supposed to.
people are
2.
only supposed to be able to do like 2 or 3, and he
Yeah,
pulled
yeah.
out all these jackets and all this stuff, and he was able to just summon things.
Yeah.
And they were like,
No,
That's
that's an item
insane.
holder thing.
No, but
no, it's a summoner
No,
ability.
but he's still correct. Like usually
Oh.
mages, like high rank mages, are supposed to at 3 max, 2 to 3, like actual beings.
Oh,
that
to
can
summon
fight,
beings,
yeah.
or
But
Or
Jinwoo
s-
can just summon an army,
bang.
and not
He's
just
an A rank.
and not just like knights, but like Jinwoo has
Yeah.
like tank and polar
Right.
bears and
Yeah,
everything,
yeah,
right?
and
And mages
they-
and like egress and everything.
And they talk, so yeah, they did hint that other people did have summoner abilities, and and it's cool that they actually did show it because this dude could only do 2.
And it's cool that like the fire ones looked like Jin's shadow.
Yes.
Yeah,
ones. So I
they
thought
look
that was a
very,
cool
very, very
little detail.
similar.
Yeah,
Very,
but
very
yeah.
similar.
So Homeboy gets the arm.
What if he arises him? What if he could like arise him and then this dude just starts summoning other fire?
No, that
That'd
goes
be
against
that'd be way
that,
too
that,
OP.
that's a.
I
that-
see what you
can't do
mean.
it.
Like if he was to
summoner squared.
Yeah.
if he was to like take control of a mage who could summon other things, that'd
Of
be
different
That'd be
elements?
nuts. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, dude, bop, arm gone. I'm in pain. Healer, arm back. And then she turns around and there's a giant orc and he's just like, "You're dead." And she goes, "All right, fine, take it. Kill me." She closes her eyes and all of a sudden she hears the orc
Being choked out.
being choked out. And all of a sudden, we don't really see it. We just see like a frame.
we
Fucking-
see Jinwoo's face.
And then,
yeah, and then he just like and then just
You
like
just force holded
spine.
Just ripped out of his body.
force hold spined. Pulled
He
the
basically
spine out of his
predated
body.
him.
Yeah.
He
With a
ki-
force,
he
with a
kinda
Star
did.
Wars force hold, dude. That is one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah.
And homegirl
was-
was like,
Oh.
that dude's dead.
Yeah.
That is dope.
And
Yeah.
so Jinwoo just starts running around and like slicing Achilles heels and
Just
tendons,
slowing them down.
just slowing them down, not actually hurt like killing them,
yeah.
but like doing enough
Wounding
so
them.
he doesn't get seen, and they have the A rank group and B rankers have a chance.
Yeah. And they're like, "Yeah, we're doing it."
Yeah. And the A
guys.
rankers are noticing like, oh, these guys are being sluggish and stuff, but they're like, whatever,
No time to really think about that.
absolutely not, just kill them.
So
Yeah.
we know. So the thing is, with this, I said after while this is going on, this is establishing that he is definitely like in
Him.
the S rank category.
Him woo.
I still think he might be a high A rank,
And the only reason I
Maybe
say this is
low S
because,
rank?
well, he can't be high A rank because they had like 3 or 4 A rank, or they had like 3 A ranks, a bunch of B ranks, right?
True.
So they had a full A rank squad and they were struggling, and he's going in just nuking these people. Okay, he
Yeah.
could have killed them himself. He just didn't want to.
Right.
He was really just toying with them. So
Right.
I'm saying he's so above
Except
that level.
that one orc that he just shoves his dagger up into his like jaw, and he's like, "You're not going anywhere." And he just goes.
Yeah, no,
That one
was-
guy got like the shitty end of the stick.
No, yeah, no, the things he was doing were absolutely brutal.
And then when this is all happening,
Chehan.
Chehai is
Chehai.
on the outside, and she's like, "So where's she's like looking for him." And then the foreman's like, "Hey, what's up?" And she's like, "I'm looking for Mr. Sun Jin." And the foreman's like, "He's in the gate." And she's like, "What the hell?
Why he in the gate?
Why? Yeah, why he in the gate?
Why he in the gate?
Why he in the gate?"
And so yeah, he's
We bought back,
we were brought back.
and then they're all like, "We did it." They're feeling confident.
High five, team!
You
Yeah,
know?
we did it.
And then like one of the mages realized,
Like one of these things,
One of
something's
these
wrong.
things is not like the other.
yeah. And she looked at Jinwoo and was like, "He did stealth, like we
Y'all
didn't
see
notice,
him?
but if he has his reasons, I'm gonna let it go."
Yeah.
You know, which is interesting.
Yeah, because like she's like, "You went stealth, but I don't know if it was to hide or what, but you did do something weird,
Yeah.
right?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I want to point out, this is just a bit of a side tangent. That one girl who was, I guess, like the brawler in the fight,
Yeah.
when she punched that one orc and like it like
Exploded the back.
That was sick as hell.
That
That
was
was pretty sick.
nuts.
There was some cool fighting
Yeah.
choreography in this episode.
It's very, I love how they're doing the animation in this because it's just very interesting. Every way he kills somebody is something new, right?
Yeah.
And it's something interesting. They throw some flavor in there, and it's the choreography, and like Sheldon said before, the fight IQ and like everything in this show is very
Again, I
top-notch.
said this before. Like, I think this would make a very cool video game if you could like make your own character
yeah.
and be a player within that world.
This is an MMO. You gotta think, bro.
I'm
go
just saying, it would-
crazy.
It would fuck hard.
It would go crazy if you
Yeah.
put money behind it. That would go
Like,
crazy.
And you are actually trying to make like a AA or AAA game. Like you could
Yeah.
really do like you said, make a character, different job classes, upgrade the class. Like you
Yep.
could do, and you start at E and you go work your way all the way up. You could,
And the thing is, you're going on raids, right? So you just make these public things, just like where you can join in and you get up to 10 people. And
Yeah.
if you're in the
And if you're
requirements,
a healer, you gotta do your job.
bang.
Yep.
Yeah,
Right?
it would really sell.
Yeah. The one thing I would think if they could do,
Mm-hmm.
don't give the Monarch like title to everybody.
No,
It would have to be like a once a year event, and only like 1 or 2 people can get that title.
ooh,
Mm.
yeah.
That would be like
I think
And
it-
no, don't litter
I
it
think it just
with
have to
like
be, like, an endgame class.
microtransactions.
Just make it like a super end game.
no, but then
content.
everybody can get it. That like what he is.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be something special.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you
You
mean.
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
not
I mean,
everybody
you don't even-
should be this.
You don't even have to. The thing is, you don't even have to have that class in there. You could just have regular classes,
True,
right?
true.
Like the
Yeah,
rest
yeah.
of the entire world itself is just fun. Like,
Yeah,
I
true that.
I think the idea of it is very cool and very interesting. And I think it would be, like you said, it would just be a cool idea
Yeah.
for like a game.
Yeah.
for sure.
Mhm.
But
Anyways, they talk about wanting to leave, and they look at Mr. Sun Ki-hoon and was like, "Hey, man, we should probably go."
Like we could probably do it, but we die.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Jinwoo's kind of like, "Yeah, he doesn't seem like that type," but then like you never know.
yeah, but
And
he says,
we
let's
should
head
go.
back.
Yeah.
Let's
and
head
everybody
back.
was like, "Oh, thank God."
Yeah.
We thought you were gonna say, "Let's
you're like,
go."
yo,
They're like,
I'll-
look, we could do it, but I'm just saying. And then he's like, let's go back. And they're like, oh, for thank
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they start walking back, but then they're met with a big
Barrier.
barrier.
Yeah, it's like a purple.
Looks like a gate.
Yeah.
well, it's the same gate, but it's like purple, and it's like
Yeah.
clearly there's a
Yeah.
barrier.
And now they're realizing, oh, there's something powerful here. In order to do this, we should leave.
yeah, because I think it's the 3 mages are like, look, we got this.
Yeah, they
And they're
start
trying to
dispelling
like
it.
dispel, and then they get cursed.
Yeah.
and there's like blood pouring out of their eyes and their mouth, and
Yeah.
and then Homegirl's getting like electrocuted.
Yeah.
And then the captain's like, we need holy magic, but all my guys that can do it are being shocked or cursed. And then they turn around, and then it's just hell.
There's like
High.
50
There's like
some odd
an
high orcs.
army of high orcs.
Yeah.
Instead of just like 12 of them, there
Yeah.
was an army.
Yeah, and so like one of them approached him like, humans, we need to
Wait,
talk.
wait. When he comes up, he screams in his face and
This
then
close.
does this weird, like, glitchy thing with his head.
You know, I'll give it to like Sun Ki-hoon. Like he stood his ground up into that thing.
Yeah,
he
and
did.
that captain stood on business
Like he
10
was
toes deep.
sweating, but he did not flinch.
Yeah.
he
he
did.
did not flinch.
No.
I'm like, props, bro.
He's an A rank.
Yeah.
He's an A rank.
Homie
Right?
10 toe deep stood on business and said, "Look."
I would have freaked out when he did the head glitchy thing, though. That shit was weird,
That
man.
was weird.
Well,
He did-
well, like that was him being, I assume, possessed
possessed
by
by
the leader,
we-
who
what
we
we-
learn the high orcs are
Well,
basically being led by
yeah, but the high orc,
said-
so this high orc starts talking to Sun Ki-hoon.
through the high orc that is talking to the captain.
Yes, exactly. He's being puppeted
Thank you.
by whatever their leader is, and he says, "Yo, come
Humans.
with me,
Yeah.
humans. Come with me,
Either
or
we kill you here,
we gonna kill you."
and all my orcs will like rip your flesh asunder.
Yeah.
Or you come and talk with us.
Yeah.
And so they end up
They
being
decide
like,
to.
Yeah.
"Lie,
And I
let's go."
mentioned
Yeah.
to the guys because after that, the captain says to Jin, he's like, "Look, when we get there, we're gonna rush the boss. You just go."
"Yeah,
And Jin's like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "We came in here knowing that we might die.
Yeah.
And we are."
And one of the ladies gave him like, "Hey, give this will to my family."
Yeah.
And blah blah blah.
And I
He's like, "You
said
need
to the
go."
guys, it's crazy their acceptance of like it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, like
Aight.
that's it. And
we
then
gonna die."
one thing I love is I can't remember if the captain said it or the girl who gave the will. She's like, "This is our duty. Like this is kind of what we train for,
Yeah.
and this is that day." And
I can't remember who said that either.
yeah,
but
I
one
can't
of them
remember,
said
but it was such a beautiful line because it's like it's true. It's like this is what we trained for. We knew it would happen, and it did, and that's just it.
Yeah.
So it's so like their acceptance is like it's like I don't know. It was just cool.
It feels like a final stand.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. That's a great way
final
of
stand.
putting it.
And
Yeah.
so
And Jinwoo kind of gets a flashback about this too. He's like, when I first was like going in with this other group,
Yeah.
they abandoned me.
Yeah, shit hit the fan, and they just left.
Left.
And this group is like,
And
we,
that's when he was trying to help them.
yeah.
Right.
And now he's like, "I can now abandon you. Peace, deuces." Could you imagine?
Here's my little bet piece.
No, but he was like, I don't think I'm gonna leave.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no.
He was just like, I can't leave them. They're
Yeah.
completely opposite of what the other guys were.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
He's like,
they go.
The first group abandoned me, but this group is like, if we die, fuck it, we die together.
So they walk in. Very quickly. It just goes straight to them walking into the
Like a grand hall.
a grand
essentially is what it is.
and we get introduced to Galgaran.
Yeah, Kara
Googly hide.
Kargalan or something. Kargalan or something. And we're talking like rows of orcs.
Yeah, rows
Like,
of orcs.
Rows
Just
of
it's
orcs.
that's a high orc empire.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's
This is like Mordor levels of orcs.
literally,
Yeah, yeah.
literally kind of reminded me
It
of like
is very
Lord of the Rings.
Mordor.
And at
Lord
like
of the
at
Rings-esque.
one point we see like four generals because like it was like all
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
pawns and then before the main guy
Yeah.
were four orcs, pardon me, and I assume it's like his four generals that
Yeah.
are like his like right hand orcs, and then we get homeboy who's
Yep.
just sitting in the chair like this and he's fluently talking,
Mhm.
which is insane.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, like, it's good to see you, XYZ kind of thing."
And so basically that's where the episode ends.
Yeah.
We're hyped.
This guy says we ain't ready for what's about to happen.
I'm not ready for what's about to
I
happen
wasn't
because
ready.
this has to go hard.
Yeah, a room full of like, there's probably what, like 400-500 orcs in there, and then like
I said this at the end
The
of this
big-
episode.
I think that Kargalan dude is like a shaman orc.
Yeah,
kinda
he's
thing,
like a
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
So he could do curses, right?
I want to say something.
So the thing is, I'm super excited for the next episode only because this is the first time I think
yeah.
Jin is gonna have to
Showcase everything
showcase
in front of a bunch of.
Well, he's done it earlier in the season, but I think this is gonna be the first test.
Of what
Because-
his army can do.
Yes,
Mm.
because
essentially it's army versus army.
yeah, and
Essentially.
he's done this before with the ice elves, right? But
True.
I don't think the ice elves were as strong
No.
as these high orcs
No.
because each one of these high orcs was like able to
I
go
also have
toe
a
to toe with
feeling that
A ranks.
Chae-hin is gonna end up being there to help fight too. He's not saying anything. He's so good.
He's
Better than Pat.
He's
I'm
way
I'm
better.
trying really hard
He's
to not
way
like
better.
to not be like, bah! I'm trying really hard not to say
I'm very,
anything.
very excited to see what happens in the next episode. How do you guys
Yeah.
feel about this episode?
Well, this was a build-up episode.
It was.
So I'm not gonna give it quite the high mark. It's
Yeah.
still a good episode. So I'm gonna say like an 8 out of 10.
I am right there with you. I'd
Yeah.
probably go 8.5
Yeah.
personally because I do like this very nice build because we haven't really had like a build episode like this since the first episode
Yes.
in the season.
It just kept
It just kept going, right? And now we have this little bit of space. We had some lore building last episode. We had some we have some build up this episode, and now we know the next few episodes are just
yeah.
insanity.
Because the thing that I mentioned last time was that these monsters are actually talking to the humans.
yes.
Whereas
Yeah.
with the ice elves, they did not do that. They only talked to Jinwoo specifically.
Yep. Which is very interesting.
Yes.
That is very interesting
So it
because
So it makes me think, and I know we've talked about this, that some more reveal might happen about
The
the world
world.
he's in.
it has
realistically.
to because of what we talked about his father
Yeah.
being introduced in this season. We're gonna get we're definitely gonna get more in terms of that.
Yeah.
And you are right in this fight. We are definitely gonna get maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
And we're gonna find out some things.
Yeah. What do you give this episode?
Yeah.
You give it an 8,
Yeah.
8.5.
Yeah.
I give it like an 8.2, like right in the middle.
Ooh, he just wants to split the
What's the
difference.
point two?
I'm just kidding. I give it like an 8.
Yeah.
8.
Okay.
8.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think next episode's gonna pop off and it's gonna end up being a 10.
Yeah, it
I
will
have-
be. It
I have a
will
feeling it's
be,
gonna be a
man.
10,
Come
dude.
on, like,
Yeah.
stop. If anyone's hating on this anime, like, stop, dude. Just enjoy it. It's like this is just fun.
I said
doesn't
it
have
once
to
and
be
I will say it
everything.
again. It's just watching Jin's character development has been one of the coolest things in this entire show.
Yeah, this is a cool concept. I love the concept for this show.
And there's been no like time skip of like 5 years or some shit, and then he comes back with like 1,000 new powers, and then each episode we learn the backstory of each of how he
No.
gained it. It's been like he's
Happening
been
in real time.
yeah,
it's like happening.
he's been E, and then he progressively in real time got upgraded, got stronger, and then got a new class. Had to learn that in real time. Though, has been such a joy to just watch this one character literally be the main character of
Hold
the
on.
show.
We're watching this main character literally solo level.
Up. He
Dude.
said it.
Dude, I said it. I did it.
I quit.
Yeah, I'm out. But no, it's been really cool to just watch like his escapade through the ranking of like E and now like basically almost S.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been really cool. I'm excited for you guys to see what is upcoming. I'm not too far, but I can say for what is to happen, it's just I can't wait for it to see. I cannot wait for it to be animated.
Yeah. Okay.
Very excited.
And I
Very
tried to
excited.
really say that without saying too much. So
No, you did. You did. You have held it in very well, and we appreciate it here.
I'm like shaking because I'm just like,
Yes. Dude, everyone, we hope you are ready for the next episode because we
Mhm.
definitely are, and we're waiting for
Will
it.
be.
But we have some other animes like Daima
Daima.
to talk about.
Speaking of coming up.
Yep.
This is now. I feel like it's gonna be like things are ramping up,
yeah,
and it's gonna be ending soon.
well,
yeah.
everything is everyone's in the same area.
At this point, yes.
All of the baddies and all of the good guys are all in the
together.
same area,
Yeah.
and they just showed the big bad
like all
doing-
the bases are loaded.
Yeah.
doing
the
some
moment.
things.
So it continues with them being all in the first demon realm.
Mhm.
And they go to confront I guess the
Goma. Yeah.
and Degesu. But they get fronted by the goddamn
Ginyu
Ginyu
Force.
Force.
Yep.
The knockoff version of Ginyu
The
Force.
Walmart version of Ginyu
Yes.
Force.
Who Vegeta was just like, I got this, and just low effort.
Yeah,
Low
Easy-
low diff.
yeah. You know,
Low
they,
diff.
they beat them within like
just slap them around
yeah.
and like low effort energy ball.
You know what? I loved their captain because right after that they get captured and he's like, you know, guys, you did a good job. You know, we'll get him next time. And you're just like, You gotta love it, man. Like,
His camaraderie for his team is unreal.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's a real man, right there.
That's a real leader.
Exactly,
Yeah.
That's
Guys,
a real leader.
We lost. We're still together though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Come on.
It's like we'll get stronger next
You
time.
know what I mean?
Yep. But yeah, they have that goofy battle.
Yeah.
And
then we see Degesu he tries to go take Dende and escape.
yes.
And the guys, like Goku and the guys, end up following him and
Yep.
tracking him down. And he ends up revealing to them that, like, I want to be
Demon
King.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, right?
Didn't see that
Like,
coming.
everybody's got this goddamn
Holy
ability,
Then he
man.
pulls out the Glock and points it at
Baby Dende.
Stay away from me.
I'm like, you gonna shoot a baby?
Yeah, that's crazy.
son.
That
you
is
next level
crazy.
psycho.
Yeah,
Like-
that's nuts.
There's
bro.
like crazy. You went past that, dog. You
Yeah.
you were like, I will blow this child's brains out if you take a step. Like,
Yup.
That's kind of insane.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Pansy ends up showing up. Did Glorio show up? I can't remember. Or
Yeah.
he did intervene.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, because when they went into the castle, Goku's like, stay behind. This is for us. Because it was Vegeta,
Right.
Goku, and I think Piccolo.
Piccolo
And then,
Shin.
yeah, and Shin. And then they all leave, and the Pansy turns around, and she goes, fuck it. And then she sprints, and then Glorio sees her, and he goes, damn it.
Fuck it.
So so he takes off.
Yeah.
Well, that's the implication.
Yeah.
that he takes off.
Yeah.
And then we see them all kind of navigating in this like stairway with like 4 different stairways. And then Goku and the group are like, we'll
have the
go.
standoff with.
Yeah, Goku stops and he goes, his key's that way. So then they take off. We see Pansy, and it's like that whole scene where kind of they're all sprinting in different directions, but all lead to the same area. But yeah, Degesu is in like a hangar, and I assume he's about to take off with Dende.
He's next to the planes.
Yeah. And then Goku's like, stop. And he's like, I'll fucking shoot the kid.
Yeah.
Don't move.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, don't shoot the baby.
yeah. So after that,
Glorio and Pansy intervene.
yeah,
Yeah.
and they
End up rescuing Dende.
Yeah.
Like, without
Glorio
getting hurt.
throws the hat that Homeboy got
Yeah.
for exchanging the belt. Dende goes flying. Pansy catches. And then I can't remember.
They
oh, yeah.
just,
And then
they just
Piccolo,
subdue him.
Piccolo chops Degesu
Oh,
in
right.
the
In the
freaking
throat.
side of the throat.
Degesu goes.
Literally just gets a Piccolo chopped in the throat. He's out. We win. Show's over. And that's basically it. But no, it's not actually. But yeah, they capture him. They have Dende. That's one objective of like 4.
Done.
Yeah.
And then we cut to King Goma, or not even King Goma, some girl that
It's
took
the
the
chick
belt,
who took the
Said
belt.
girl, yeah, who has
the third eye,
yeah.
and just trying to
She-
find him. She eventually does come to where King Goma is,
Yeah.
and gives him the third eyeball, and she's like, just take whatever you want and leave the eyeball to me.
Yep.
And so he's trying to like figure out how to get this damn thing out of there.
Yeah, this dude
Oh,
grabs
when
a
he has a
spoon.
spoon,
He's trying to get the eyeball out with a spoon.
like his ice cream.
Like his
yeah,
ice cream.
literally.
And then it pans down, and he actually this was actually probably the smartest thing. He tried to use pliers.
Yes.
And wrenches.
Homie had like a monkey wrench. He had pliers. He had a screwdriver on
he
point.
had everything.
everything.
He had everything.
And then
all
he did the
tools.
smartest thing.
Yep.
He went to go take a shit.
He does the thing. This was the most relatable thing ever. When you're mad and you can't figure it out, you're like, I have to use the
I'm
washroom.
just gonna
I gotta take a
go
shit.
take a shit.
I have to use the washroom.
And he went off, took a shit, came back, and
He's like, I have an idea.
Yeah.
I will plunge it out.
yep. And then he plunges the thing out, finally gets it
Get
out,
out of there.
Yeah.
and he's like, I got it. And then the chick is coming back
Yeah.
with all of the treasure that she just looted.
Before that, actually, I don't mean to cut you off. We actually see, if I'm not mistaken, the group, they go, we have Dende, Dragon Ball. Let's go get it.
Right. Yeah. They go.
So they go to the first Tamagami, and I believe, excuse me, I think Pansy points out, and she goes, it's not there. Where the F is it?
Well, he's a hollow now.
Yes.
Right.
You-
I've established he is an Espada.
Yeah.
He has his Anpak toe,
You point-
and he
Best
is
crossover ever.
This is the greatest crossover ever. I didn't know this was the crossover I needed, but Dragon Ball and Bleach are coming together.
Hell yeah.
No, but they see that the Tamagami does not have the Dragon Ball,
And the Tamagami was like, it went to the victor.
And they're like, well, who the victor?
And then they turn around.
and then John Cena music, dun, 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 dun,
And it's the sister.
dun, 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 and Ku's just holding the Dragon Ball.
yeah,
Yeah.
right beside Dr. Aaron Sue, and she's like, I have it now.
I did it.
I am the captain now.
Look at me. Look at me. So I assume that fight will enfold.
Yes.
Right? It'll
Yes.
ensue. But then we go back to the throne room, and homeboy still there trying to get this eyeball out, and it goes pop, and he goes, "Ha! I did it."
Yeah, I got it.
But he needs the girl's help
Yeah.
to actually.
He's like,
put it in.
"Girl, hold this and push it in my head," and she goes,
I don't want
You
it.
no,
"No,"
I ain't
and he
gonna
goes,
do
"I'll
that.
pay you," and she goes, "Oh, sorry." He goes, "I will give you
50,000.
50,000," and she goes, "Make it 100."
Yeah, she said make it 100. He's
Make it
like,
100.
what? Huh? Fine, do it, whatever. And then she takes it and puts it into his forehead and does the weirdest thing where she's just like popping it in and out of his forehead.
She said it
and
like-
he's like, blah, blah,
she
It
said
blah.
was
it
like
He's
a
like,
sex toy.
Wow,
It was like a sex toy.
wow.
it's like a single anal bead.
Hey man, this show isn't for kids.
Boom, boom,
Fuck you,
boom,
kids.
boom, boom.
This show
No,
wasn't
but
for
it
you.
was
If
so
you're
random.
watching it, good for you.
forcing this eyeball straight into the forehead of Goma, and finally it goes into him, and he goes like straight Hulk mode, and he's like,
Yeah.
oh, look at me, I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger now.
He
look at
grows pretty
look
big,
at
too.
my
He
muscles.
He did get pretty damn big.
Yeah.
He got swole.
He's huge.
So I assume that's like
It took
the
him
power.
less time to get muscle than what Cooper did in 4 years.
Very true. Okay. And I've really been
Damn.
thinking about hopping
Damn.
on whatever Goma's on. Okay.
You want some
Has me-
8535 for that burn?
I need some gear, some tread.
that
you know
was
what?
Top top.
That was personal.
I'm going to Thailand, getting all the trend and gear straight from the
Just
pharmacy.
right up his butt.
Yeah.
Just-
He's gonna come back
Straight
looking like
in.
Goma did.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
gonna come
guys.
back. Yeah. I'm gonna try to sit in this.
He's gonna
Just-
break the damn chair.
Burbs have a tattoo of a third eye on his forehead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
yeah, Goma gets like
Swole.
like gigantically big.
yeah, and
That's
then
where it kind of ends.
that's where it kind of ends.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think this is the only transformation we're gonna see.
No,
Ooh, so a Frieza thing?
Well,
Yeah.
not even like. I mean, yeah, they're gonna fight Goma and stuff, but I think you're gonna be with me on this. Ku and Du are gonna be together too, and they're
Oh,
gonna
Yeah.
yeah
Yeah.
transform.
Because
so.
I assume it's gonna get to a point where the Ku and Du separate fight are gonna be fighting Goku and Vegeta, and they're just gonna get their asses kicked. And then I don't know how it's gonna go about.
I
but
think
Ku and Du are definitely gonna come together.
It's gonna do
into
that.
one
Ku's
form.
gonna eat Du, or Du's gonna eat Ku.
it's gonna be like Vegeta and Goku versus Ku and Du, right?
Yeah.
And they're gonna fight.
Yeah,
and
two
then,
separate fights.
And then two separate fights, and they're gonna Ku and Du are gonna start hitting Goku, Vegeta. They're gonna go Super Saiyan, and then they're gonna be like they're gonna beat them, and then Ku and Du are gonna be like fusion, and then fusion. Then they're gonna do fusion, and then
Probably.
fight, and then
You know what I think
Goma
mi-
come and
That
they
might
fight.
end up being.
You know what
accurate.
I'm okay.
I think that's how
To
it's gonna go.
backpack off that, I think what might happen is because I know that Goku's carrying around a pouch of like the fusion bugs.
Yes.
I think that pouch might get somehow knocked away from him, and the bugs will fly everywhere. And Ku or who's the big one? Is it
Du.
Du? Du will pick it up and be like, ah, eat
That's
it, and
what
then
it
Ku will
is.
come flying, and then they'll fuse, and then Vegeta's like, what
you
the hell?
just spoiled it. I guarantee you. I think you
and then
just
Goku's like,
accurately
Vegeta, we have to do this.
what's
And
gonna
then they'll
happen.
fuse. And then it's a freaking Gogeta Janemba fight. It's gonna be nuts. He's gonna kick him in the head, and then it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be nuts. I'm calling it right now.
He's so excited.
I am very excited. Because before this, I watched the Gogeta Janemba fight, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
that's
a fun
what I think.
episode.
Yeah, I
Fun
thought it was
episode.
a fun episode too, man. I'm giving it an 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give it 8 Dragon Balls out of 8.
I'll give it a 7.
That's cool.
It's good.
It's been so consistent with
It
it
has
lately.
been. So you know what?
Like, it went from like a 3 to a 4 to
Yeah.
like, oh, we're jumping up to a 7.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then it's been
going
like a
back to
7, like
6.5,
across the
Yeah.
board.
and then 7, 7, 7, 7. Like you're enjoying it.
I am. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying
Yeah.
it. No,
Enjoying
I've
it.
said
I feel
this,
like if you
I'm-
enjoy this, you would really enjoy Z.
Yeah.
Like,
I-
really
I
enjoy
think,
Z.
I think I will. I think I will enjoy it. It's just I have to get around to it, obviously.
yeah.
But again, I'm enjoying it. It is what it is. It's a lighthearted show. I'm not
Yeah.
taking it too seriously, which is nice. to
Z's
have
a
that
lot
kinda
more
show.
gritty.
Yeah.
It
So you would,
is,
I
yeah.
think you would
So,
gravitate towards it more.
Yeah, it's like I said before, like OG, this is like OG Dragon Ball.
This is
where
like
they're
OG
having
Dragon Ball,
fun.
yeah.
Dragon Ball Super is actually a lot like this too, where
It
it's
is.
just like fun. Nothing's really too serious,
Yeah.
except for like one arc where they did get serious, which was the Goku Black arc.
Mm.
And then other than that, like Z was the most serious Dragon Ball, and GT was the most serious they've ever been.
Oh, GT. Yeah.
Yeah.
GT was ruthless.
Goku was just killing people. He didn't care.
No, yeah. Like,
that point-
and Goku is like Batman. Like, he doesn't kill people.
Yeah.
But like in GT, he said
killed people.
He said fuck it.
He said enough's enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, like if I'm not mistaken, at one point he punched his arm through someone.
Yeah.
And then took it out and then pushed him aside.
Yeah.
Like it was ruthless.
Literally.
It was
Literally,
nuts.
dude.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's
And
pretty cool.
people hate GT. Like, I mean, I understand why they hate GT because
Yeah.
it's really dragged on and it can be really long. But when the fights happen with Super Saiyan 4 stuff,
Super Saiyan 4 is one of my favorite
Same.
forms. One of my
Yeah.
favorite. I don't care what no one says. The primal instinct that
I
kicks
call,
in.
I call it a primal reversion.
Yeah. Yes.
That's how you.
What do you give this episode?
8.
Oh, you gave it 8.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Did you guys want to go on to Sakamoto?
To
I don't-
Sakamoto Days.
I don't really want
Okay,
to.
listen. We've been watching Sakamoto Days for like the last
4
3
episodes
weeks.
now.
It's 4 episodes in
Yeah.
now.
Episodes.
It's boring. It's
Really
not.
boring.
I don't know what happened because the
Since
manga.
this is the
people love
4th
manga.
episode, I'll give it a 4.
Yeah. Like people love the manga, but the anime just isn't translating to it being good.
Yeah.
Well,
This
let's-
is like
you
that
know-
game of telephone where one person says something and then it gets spun around and the anime just got lost.
You
in
know what?
translation.
Maybe this is like solo leveling first season for me, where it took me 4 or 5 episodes to get into, and then it started taking off.
Yeah.
Maybe
Near the
that's
end
what
of
we're
this
experiencing
episode-
with Sakamoto Days.
That's what I'm thinking.
said that
That's
real
what I'm
hard.
hoping. That's what I'm
Sakamoto
hoping.
Days.
Because so far, yes, it has been pretty lackluster. We have not had really
The end
much
of
happen.
this one looks like it could be promising.
It could be
Yeah.
promising, could be, but
Like,
I mean, I'm
the
holding
only
hope.
good thing it's
but-
got going for it is like the fights
Yeah,
and some of the comedy,
yeah.
but it's not
Do you-
enough.
I mean, do we? Let's just get into this episode because
Sure.
we could just rip through it pretty quick. They're still at the Sugarland Park,
Yep.
right? They have subdued the dude.
Yep.
The vibe, the vibe, dude.
Yeah, we get
Vibe, dude.
introduced to 2 new assassins, which is Boiled and Obiguro.
Yeah,
Obiguro,
yep.
something like that.
Mhm.
Absolutely horrible.
And Obiguru's like in love with Boiled whenever he acts tough and shit.
Well, he
Like
just,
she yells at him and she goes, "He's so hot,"
yeah.
yeah,
which is weird.
yeah. It's it's a very odd relationship.
Yeah. And we kind of go through things like with Sakamoto and his family not knowing what's really kind of going on.
Yeah.
They get to a haunted house.
There's some of the worst jokes during that conversation with those 2 assassins where he's like, "Oh, Sakamoto used to be so hard boy." Or
you
no,
talking
I'm
about
gonna
Boiled and
hard boy.
Obiguro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The
They-
hard boiled thing. I didn't
There
understand
was
that.
it was like really, really, really bad jokes.
Yeah.
Like almost bad to the point where you're just like, what? Who wrote it? Like
Yeah.
it feels like an AI rendition of what a joke should be.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we get a little bit of history about Boiled and Sakamoto as to why Boiled is so like hard pressed against
Oh,
Sakamoto.
Yeah.
I wouldn't really call it history, but
Well, for him it's a history. To Sakamoto it means nothing.
In
It's
their,
another day.
in
Yeah.
their assassin academy or whatever.
As teenagers,
Sakamoto
Boyle
was
thought-
Gojo.
yeah, literally. And Boyle thought that, hey, this guy's like me, we're gonna be best friends.
we're homies.
And the whole time, like Sakamoto never really acknowledged him, but Boyle kept talking to him like, oh yeah, we are friends.
Yep.
And then he saw him getting like chocolates from girls and shit, and that kind of like threw him off.
Mhm.
He saw his other homeboy from the previous episode,
The shapeshifter.
the shapeshifter, get a box load of chocolates and stuff,
Yeah.
and just like Sakamoto, blah blah blah, like
These are all for you.
yeah. And Boyle was just like, Sakamoto, we don't need this, and he's like, I don't know who you are. And it
Yeah,
broke his heart.
because the guy has like a wheelbarrow full of chocolates, and he's like, "Hey, Sakamoto, these are for you." And then homie's like, "We don't need this." And then the guy with the wheelbarrow is like,
who are you?
Does your friend want some?" And then he turns around and goes like, "Oh,
He's not my friend.
I don't know him," or blah blah blah. But this is after Boyle has been like for what it seems like days on end, being like, "Yeah, Sakamoto." So and he's like
we're best buds.
best buds, just verbally spitting stuff to Sakamoto, and it's just like this.
It's like that little annoying kid that wants to be a part of your group, so they just kind of hang out, but you don't really acknowledge them.
Yeah.
So my
Yeah.
son,
Patrick. No,
Jesus, both of those were ruthless.
So mean. So mean.
I love you, Pat.
We love you, Pat. We miss you. Come back.
Hope you're having fun in Venice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hope you're having fun.
Sakamoto Days sucks, man.
Well, okay, so like,
So anyway, yeah. So basically, Boyle is pissed off. Sakamoto never acknowledge him, so he's just been holding on to a grudge forever.
yeah, he's been holding
That's
on to their
essentially
grudge
his motive.
forever, and so he start they end up
Fighting.
Yeah,
basically
because
they go into a haunted house. Hold on, before we get too deep into this, I just want a surface layer. They go to a haunted house.
yeah,
right?
and
Yeah,
the
I don't want to go into too much detail with this because this show is boring.
Yeah,
Sure,
exactly.
yeah.
So let's just go straight rough points, okay? He goes to this haunted house, right? Nothing fucking happens.
Nothing
okay?
fucking
Now, hold on. Nothing
all
fucking
assassins
happens.
in there.
All assassins in there. He's beating the shit out of him, but we don't see any of it. We just see him punch some or slap some dude around a little bit. And then they show up, okay? The two assanos, right? They
With a
show
bunch of
up
other
with a
assassins.
bunch of other assassins. And what ends up happening? He ends up lariating Sakamoto through the ceiling.
Lariating
okay?
is crazy.
He goes insane, like pops him through, and that's a really cool scene. I thought that was dope. I was like, okay, cool, something's happening. And then we cut to like his daughter has been captured.
For context, Lou opens a door.
Lou opens a door. And
That says don't open.
yeah,
And
she
she
goes
half
in.
cut and opens it.
Yeah, she's been drinking, so she's drunk. She does the drunken fist fight. So basically, her and Shin go and they're actually fighting the other girl.
Yeah,
right?
they're in like a big room. The
They're in a big
family's
room.
there. They're like
trying to save the girl, the
asleep
family.
but smiling. It's weird.
Yeah, it's real weird. And Shin gets captured and
Very easily, may I mention.
Yeah, very easily. Very, very easily. He just gets put onto a table, wrapped up, and they're gonna chainsaw him. And she's like, "Oh, I can't do that, Shin. You're gonna die." And then they're like, "Oh my goodness, wow."
Obiguru's like, if you can make contact with me every 10 seconds, then we'll cut him
She's
off.
like making like a game.
And then she's like, sorry, Shin, I can't do this, man.
Yeah.
And she breaks down, and then that homegirl's like, she's a sad drunk. What happened? Because prior to that, Lou kicked her in the nose, and she's like doing Jackie Chan drunken fist.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she breaks down, and she's like, "What the fuck?" What?
Yeah. So it's I mean that's like all one note. And then right after we get back to Sakamoto,
The floor
and,
above them.
the floor above them, and they're going
Sakamoto and Boiled.
yeah, and Boyled's actually like
Whooping ass.
He's whooping Sakamoto's ass.
Yeah.
Like for real. There was actually like that. There was about 10 seconds in this show, in this episode, where I was actually happy, and it was when they were throwing their hands.
When he was like, Sakamoto, do you remember me? He's like, no. And then he was like, that's fine. I barely remember you.
Yeah, and
cry.
and then he's
Clearly
just
you remember.
Whatever, dog. I don't
he's
care.
like, you're just a shell of yourself, and he's beating the hell out of Sakamoto.
And he has these like
his
special gumballs.
I don't even care. I'm gonna be honest, bro.
SBB?
I don't
What?
care. He
RDP.
shoots bombs out of
RPD.
his gloves, and then his gloves are rocket propelled. Cool. Oh my, RDP and SBB. They spent like 45 seconds going over these, and I'm like, I couldn't care less.
And that's
So the explanation was basically how Sakamoto felt when Boy was trying to talk to him. Just went right.
I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the same way. I really don't care about this. And then Sakamoto's like, oh, I know exactly what you have. I
'cause
remembered it.
Boyle rocks the fuck out of him. Like down the hallway. He goes
Yeah.
flying, and he goes, "Huh, you're just a shell of yourself." Blah, 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 blah. And then
Yeah.
Sakamoto gets up and he goes, "Phosphorate."
Phosphorus,
Two
potassium
times X.
nitrate.
This became an episode of Full Metal Alchemist when he's reading out the ingredients as to how to make a goddamn
Yes.
human.
Yeah.
Because back in the
Yep.
day when Boyle was at the table being the kid that no one gave a shit about, and Sakamoto's zoning out, he was staring at like, I guess, Boyle's paper, and it was like all the notes of like the shit he made.
Yeah.
So then Sakamoto's like Matrix Neo numbers, and he goes, I understand.
I know what it is. And so he is actually skinny now too.
Yeah, so then he comes
walks
out of
skinny.
the smoke, and it's just his foot, and then we see him take off his glasses, and he does this, and he's skinny. He's
Yeah.
how he used to look.
Yeah, and then he
So I
says,
assume an ass whooping's coming.
well, because that's where the episode ends.
But but fuck me, this episode sucked. Holy cow!
Everything was bad. Like there's one actually maybe two appealing things, and it's the VA for Sakamoto
Yeah.
and Shin's VA.
Yeah.
I think those are the two best VAs. Everyone else
Yeah.
sucks.
This is a show you put on in the background.
Yeah,
This is not something
I think we
don't know,
confirmed it was like Matt Mercer who does
It
the
is.
yeah. Great VA,
I'm
great VA.
You know, I'm really holding hope that they are just like these first 4 episodes. They're just building.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be something
This candle
like
needs to be
crazy.
lit soon, though.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dead
Yeah,
serious.
like this is so bad. It's like I don't know about y'all. It's 4 out of 10. That's my
Yeah,
rating.
I give it a 5. Yeah.
You did a 5. Damn,
That's generous.
Yeah.
that's generous, dude.
Well, because we know now that Sakamoto is also part of something called the Order, which is some
Yeah,
crazy.
oh yeah.
the
He's
thing is, I've lost all like appeal because of just the nonsensical.
It's a little slow.
It's not even just slow.
It's a
It's
little
just
slow.
every time you think something cool is gonna happen, like let's say the drunken fist fight, right? They just play it off as a joke.
the fact that she didn't continue is like insulting.
Yeah,
I'm like, why would you tease drunken Tai Chi and her just be like,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't give a
exactly.
shit.
Yeah.
I like, dude, come on. Like we're 4 episodes in. All the jokes are bland. All the jokes are bland.
I feel like they're leaning really heavy into the comedy, and it's not good.
Not even just they're not even. I feel like they are leaning into it. You're right, but they're just not
Not
doing
enough.
it.
There's not. Yeah, it's not like good comedy.
It's not good comedy. It's not funny. It's
Yeah.
really boring. And
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna hard boil his ass. I'm going to hard boil whoever wrote that ass because that is a bad joke, dude.
I'm gonna hard boil the rating I give this show.
Honestly, like this is so bad. Like, I you know what? I want to give this the benefit of the doubt. I really do, and I will. Like, I'm watching the next
Yeah.
episode. I have to. I
Yeah.
have to. I'm invested now because everybody's been hyping this up, and if this show by the 6th episode is a Ninja Kamui, I'm gonna lose my mind because it's not even good like Ninja Kamui.
Yeah.
At least Ninja Kamui had like 4 good episodes.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, the first 3 to 4 episodes were some of the most peak stuff I've seen.
Exactly.
Not
in
not even
animation.
that, but like the episode fucked, the animation fucked,
The intro fucked?
There was everything about Ninja Kamui in the first 4 episodes I've always wanted.
I don't even care about the rest of the show. Give me the first 4 episodes and end it there.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah.
But this is dog shit through and through.
Absolutely.
This is dog shit.
Like, I gave the first episode, I think, an 8 because I think I was very excited because we'd been hyped up about this.
You
And
had
I'm like,
the
you know
copium
what?
hit.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I feel like there's something brewing here, right? It was first episode, we didn't know anything. Second episode, I gave a 7.
Yep.
I think last episode I gave like a 6 or a 5, and this episode I'm giving it a 4. It's like slowly
Hot
deteriorating.
dog shit.
Yeah, it's
basically.
and it,
If the next fight of him being skinny and like full power, not holding back, is like a 30-second sequence, I'll be pissed. I'll be pissed.
yeah, like it has
It's
to
gonna
be.
be.
I know,
Sheldon, you know what,
and
dude?
you know,
You're
I'm
not getting
really- I'm
paid.
really sad because this is, this might. I don't know if we're gonna do a dropped on this one because we've
I
not,
mean, we did for Ninja.
we did for Ninja, but we'd have to fill in for something,
Something.
and I don't even know what we would right now, which is the tough part.
Yeah, we'll have to find something.
We'll have to find something and
We'll
talk
have to
about
find
it. But
something.
this show is going downhill. We're very sorry about this bland anime that has
Yeah.
been coming to you.
Speaking
And
of hot dog shit, in
Yeah.
gaming news, PlayStation Plus is going to be dropping PlayStation 4 games from the lineups.
How do you guys feel about that?
that is fine.
I don't know if
by
I
me.
care enough because
Yeah.
it never really touched it. Some things were kind of cool, but like for the most part, it's like
I think we are definitely in the era of we need to kind of start leaving behind old gen stuff for new gen things
Well,
to kind of
yeah.
progress.
the
that-
problem is the problem with that is the game developers don't know what to do,
That's
so
the
they're
thing.
remaking old games.
That's the kicker, right?
Yeah.
So
well,
are we just looking for a nostalgia kick, or are we just trying to just milk something that has been milked?
yeah, I think
Like I don't know what else new they can do, man. You know what I'm
like
saying?
in terms of like video game IP.
Yeah, like-
well, they've done a lot. Well, the thing is, the only people who are putting out new IP is really just Sony. Like at this point, like Sony and a
I
few
was gonna
and,
say mostly indie
and
developers.
indeed, that's what I was gonna say,
Yeah.
and indie developers. But like in terms of AAA's, like it's mainly just been Sony, right? Like we've been just getting rehash after rehash or sequel after sequel, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So at this point, yeah, it's tough for game developers to. I feel like I don't know, just
Sit down and really really come up with
Yeah.
an original
exactly
idea.
come up with
Yeah.
an original idea.
Now with that too, Microsoft has just announced that Forza Horizon is going to be on PlayStation.
Yes, I saw that.
So it
That's
seems like
huge.
Microsoft is just like, fuck it.
We're just
giving
gonna
up.
supply things,
Yeah. Yeah.
unfortunately.
I mean,
Which would be cool. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah,
but
I'll
at
look
the
forward
end
to
of the
that kinda
day,
stuff.
this is another shot in Xbox's foot.
Why do you say that?
Because now what's the point?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
What's the point?
Which is they care anymore. Like they need
but
to
it's
make
so
money.
confusing
No,
because
I know
like
they do need to make money, but what are they going to do about their console lineup now?
well,
You
they have a new
you
one coming out next year, and
you-
it's so confusing because it's like you guys are giving your assets to everyone else, and then when your new console, the Optimus Prime Xbox 5429, comes out, are
It's
you
not wrong?
are you gonna want those assets back and be like, look,
The name of Elon Musk's second child.
No, they're
Facts.
gonna
like
I
are
think
they
they're
gonna launch the new console? Sorry, are they gonna launch the new console and be like, these games Xbox only? It's like a fucking year ago you were giving it up to everyone, and
Exactly.
now you want to become a nun? It's like what do you mean?
No, well, they're gonna do the exclusivity thing where even like what Sony does for their games, where like 2 or 3 years later it's gonna come to like PC.
Yeah,
right?
like for example, Spider-Man 2 just dropped on PC.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And everyone on PlayStation has played it and completely destroyed it millions of times over at this
Yep.
point, right? So it makes sense now that it's dying, give it up to the other person. But at that point, the reason we stay with Sony is because these games are so good that I want to play them before they go to the other consoles, right? I want to
Mhm.
play these games day one.
Absolutely.
I have no reason to play Forza day one.
Yeah.
Nobody does.
No one does.
Like, I get it. You can really like Forza, just get a PC. Like, if you really like
Yeah.
anything, just get a PC. What's the point in having an Xbox, right? And at this point, they're like, look, even the games aren't even exclusive to our console. You could just get them on the
Wherever you
PlayStation.
want.
Yeah. I mean,
And
for the
if you're an
love of
Xbox Game Pass member, you just get it day one anyway.
Yeah.
for the love of Christ, Halo is supposedly coming to the Switch. Like, has
think it's
Xbox
dead.
fallen like that?
I
Like,
know. I genuinely think like their console line, if they make a next generation, it will be. I'm speculating it's their last generation.
it has to be.
Yeah.
If they make one, because
Yeah.
I don't even know if they will. That's
I mean,
how bad it is.
apparently it's in the
Does
works.
this mean the console wars are over, guys? Like, 'cause-
Sony won the console war like 10 years ago.
True.
Yeah. Like the console war was always Xbox and PlayStation, and Nintendo just kind of did their own thing, which is cool. But it's always been like,
I would say up until the Wii U, they were competing, and then after the Wii U, they were like, "Never mind, we're just gonna do
Yeah,
it."
yeah.
but hey, fair. Look
Yeah.
where it got them. But aside from that, it's always been like PlayStation and Xbox, and now it is solely just like everyone's
Sony's
like,
competing against themselves at this point.
Yeah, they're
yeah,
one
yeah.
up.
How can
And
we
you-
one up something?
Peg, I'm in.
Yeah, honestly, they're
What?
like, yeah, they're like, oh, we
No,
made,
no, I'm playing by myself. I'm in.
we made the best
Give it
game
back,
this
give it
year.
back, give it back.
Okay, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna make another one, another of the greatest
I
games.
built my own snowman.
Honestly. No, Sony's just taking it away. It's crazy. And I know like we might sound like Sony shills, but it's not even shilling. Like I'm just spitting facts.
It's fact
Like
at
it's
this point,
just sales
absolutely.
numbers, it's game numbers, it's everything.
Yeah.
And I think it's more like we don't hate Xbox. It's just it's been really
There's been no innovation.
interesting to see the generational downfall of one of my favorite companies back in the day, or like systems, the Xbox 360.
There's no creativity.
There's none.
There's zero creativity.
Yeah.
And that's what is interesting about games
Well, I don't know
is the
about creativity. I think it's for most of their games like Halo, Gears, the
Sure.
stories kind of just died.
Well, the stories on those died, and they didn't. They didn't innovate on that gameplay.
No.
Those gameplay loops got very repetitive because they didn't innovate, and there
Yeah.
was no new content, no new IPs that they were bringing out alongside.
Which
them.
sucks because those were like back in the day, those were
But-
like games.
Yeah, and then Sony was like, "Hey, hold up, we're just gonna bring out new IP after new IP after new IP,
Yeah.
and you're just getting new game, new game, new game, new game." That's how you build such a big gaming empire. Whereas like Microsoft's like, "Oh, y'all want Halo 6?" And we're like, "Nah, bro.
No.
Not really.
Halo
Well, it
3
got
was
so
the
bad
last
that
one."
343 Industries changed their name to Halo Studios.
Yeah.
Like,
It really was sad because, like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it, like Halo Reach was a fun game,
mhm.
right?
Halo Reach was an amazing
Reach was
game.
an amazing
Well,
game.
that's because good Bungie made it, and then they left and made Destiny, and now it's all bad Bungie and bad Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's bad. Well, it's 343. 343 is the one.
Yeah.
Right.
Like at one point, there was an Xbox 360 and PS3 in a lot of homes, right?
Oh,
Because both systems just killed it.
Yeah.
There was great games on both
Both.
systems.
Yeah.
Well, I think the thing is, Halo did innovate. Halo was innovation on the FPS front, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot of new stuff in that game that hadn't been
Absolutely.
done in other games,
felt
which was
good.
very
Yeah,
cool, right?
and I'm sure I can't remember if I've said it once, but I will say it now. The first time you land on the Halo ring and you step out of that pod and you just
Huge.
see the fucking ring, that was
Yeah.
one of the greatest
Not
moments
even just
I've
that.
ever experienced
Halo
gaming.
2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, even Halo ODST had some really good fun lore.
ODST was great.
Everything after that is dog.
Yeah, and then to backpack off that, Gears 1, 2 broke me because of Dom's whole situation, and then 3 just tore me down as a person.
Because
No.
he died.
God, God.
And it was
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
The thing
yeah,
is-
I mean,
On a 30-year-old game.
yeah,
the thing is, it's like, okay, what have they done after that?
I don't know, and
There's been nothing.
that's the sad thing is like I can't
And
be like,
remember years ago where we were talking about this probably like 5 years ago when they were scooping up all of those big name industries right before the Xbox Series came out. They got Bethesda,
Activision.
Activision.
And the thing is, you can't
Everyone.
even
They
say,
were basically Thanos.
you can't even say Microsoft made the games that they're making now because
Oh, we got
Bethesda,
a Broly.
Bethesda and Activision were the ones that made those games.
They really were. And the
Yeah.
thing is, but the thing is, even when they haven't even come out with anything big.
You know,
Like what's been the? I mean, you have
what
modern.
was that space one called that they brought out?
Starfield.
Starfield. That was supposed to be their big one. I don't even remember the name of the
Junkfield.
ass game. That's how bad it was.
It's so they spent so much money
Money.
on that game, and
That game was hyped up to hell.
hard.
Yeah.
They just don't know.
What
They're
they're doing.
not in the pocket of what gamers love, and it's weird because you can even see it. Like great stories coming from Halo, Gears, all these.
Phil Spencer's just a dude looking to spend money and just like, here's games, man.
Really, no,
Yeah.
I don't think he knows what he's doing with his job. Like
No.
I really don't.
Thought he was chewing this for a second. I was like, oh god.
I know. But yeah, I think we're kind of. Did we have anything else to talk about, or?
I mean, the last thing would be speculating of the new God of War game.
Very true. I know you guys
Appar-
wanted to go into
apparently
this.
You had a question because apparently people are thinking it's gonna be in Egypt because Sony has put out a thing where they're looking for
There's
they're casting Middle Eastern actors for an unannounced like AAA title, and people are speculating that might be the next God of War game.
this has been long speculated, even since
Yeah.
after God of War Ragnarok, and there's a few things in God of War Ragnarok that push you towards it. And
I think if I'm not saying it, it's the room in the temple where you go in and you see a bunch of things from different times.
Yes.
Like Kratos sees the jar from Rome, and there's Egyptian thing in there as well. And
there's
then
Egyptian symbols. There's
and then even the fight with Tyr, he has Egyptian weapons.
Tyr does. So Tyr actually in the DLC, he actually goes through different times. So he gets a Japanese samurai sword. He gets a trident. He gets a ton of different weaponry from other realms.
Yeah,
which is
doesn't
very
he get like
cool.
a Spartan shield?
Something along. I can't remember all of
Or
them.
like
It's been a
Roman-
minute.
But at one point, if I'm not mistaken, he has 2 scimitars from
Yes,
Egypt.
Yes, he does.
Which I assume they're from
Yeah,
Egypt.
and so people have said like there's a ton of different realms, but arguably Egypt has been the biggest one speculated. That's what I've heard from everyone.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone wants. I think it to be. It would be cool.
It would be.
It would be cool. I would
Because
like to
now
see.
the only reason why I think they could probably do it, and this is what I wanted to ask you, is because do you think that like, and this is just huge speculation, if Kratos approaches Tyr and he's like, hey, look, I want to go try and find Atreus, can you help me navigate the different realms? And that's how they get there. Tyr just makes the bridge, and Tyr is now the world tree, and Kratos can just hop from like world to world, but he picks Egypt to go to. Do you think that could be a thing?
It's a good question. I just don't know if his realm travel extends beyond himself.
Fair.
They haven't really gone into that too much, so I'm well versed in God of War lore.
Yeah.
I'm just not the lore
Or
expert.
say, for example, he's like, let's go check here first. They go
It
into
could be
Egypt, and then somewhere, and then where Tyr is, something happens, and the connection that Tyr has gets lost, and they get stuck in Egypt, and then the Egyptian gods are like, hey, you can't fucking be here.
It's very plausible. Now,
Yeah.
now the real big question with God of War is who's maining. So we always play as Kratos, but in
It's
the
probably still gonna be Kratos.
see, this is where you haven't played God of War Ragnarok, and I know you haven't, and this is why Atreus becomes actually a main character, where you're
Sure.
able to play as him. Probably, I want to say
You're
about
giving it that
30.
Last of Us vibe where it goes from Joel to Ellie.
Bang.
But I'm like,
But hold on.
it's not gonna hold the same.
No, the thing is,
No.
it's a lot longer than Ellie's.
Well,
It's
fair,
about
but
a
I'm just saying,
third of the
if they're
game.
gonna make Atreus the next God of War, I don't think it's gonna work.
It's not going
Because
to be
we know
necessarily.
we know that he's Loki.
No, we know. No. The thing is, we've established it. You haven't played God of War Ragnarok, and this is why I can't even justify it, because you haven't even played the game and you don't know how God of War Ragnarok ends. That's why it's so confusing to you, because you're going off of memory of God of War 1.
I can see his point though.
I can kind of see his point, but I don't.
Do you think Atreus can hold the God of War title game and carry a franchise?
The thing is, I don't think he's gonna be. I don't think Kratos is gonna be
Not
the main.
yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But yes, because he's shown he has his own full skill set. He has his own full build. You have a full.
Then that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm saying as a character, can he carry that?
No, I understand what you're saying.
It's
I
like the
think
Black Panther thing.
Yes, I do think
From
he can.
T'Challa to Shuri, I
Mhm.
like.
Sheldon, you haven't played it.
Okay.
I'm telling you, if you played it, you'd understand where we're coming from. Where it's like
Okay.
it makes sense.
I feel like if they were to do this game, because it's the third of like 2018 Ragnarok, and this would be the third one, I can definitely see some point in this game Kratos dies or just says like, look, like
He's gonna pass the mantle on.
he's like, I have to go home. I'm giving this, like, he gives him his axe and he's like, you have to do this.
You know,
This is your journey. I will be your father.
God of War Ragnarok made me tear up at points, because I realized, like, so in the game you realize it is an older Kratos, right? We
Mhm.
understand that he's older now, right? He's an older man, and like, you realize in this game that, like, he can't carry this mantle forever. He just can't. It's just
He's a god.
He's
What are you
half
talking
god,
about?
half human.
Mm-hmm.
He's not full god, and that's what parts him. He ages. So he is slowly aging.
If I'm not
throughout the
mistaken, too,
times.
like there are some fights where you get like brutal, like your ass whooped, and the post credit scene of like that fight, like Kratos, it is like he's like in pain, and like obviously his godlike powers recover him, but like they are slowing
They're
down,
slowing.
and like he's like you can see like his age is really starting to kind of like creep up to him.
And everything we're talking about is like, it is like legitimately everything we've spoken about is in God of War Ragnarok.
Okay.
Like all this stuff, like, and you kind of see Atreus starting to become like a young man in this game,
yeah,
instead of a boy.
Okay.
He's older now.
Okay.
He's starting to become his own, and it's cool to see him make these mistakes and things, and have Kratos there to help him. And there's a big note at the end of the game, which I don't want to give away, because it is like literally the end credit scene. But I implore everyone to go play God of War Ragnarok, because it is so good. It is a phenomenal game, and God of War
not only
5,
a great game, but like there's a lot of great
Or God of War 6,
lessons in that game.
yeah,
Like
100%.
a lot of great lessons that you could
Just
translate
life
from
lessons.
gaming to life.
Yeah.
And like especially if you're a father, this game will hit you.
A father, a young man. You can see it from both sides.
You
Which
could.
is the very cool part about this game. You see both sides of these different perspectives, and it's very interesting. The characters are way more lively in this game.
Yeah.
Every part of this story is weaving and unweaving. It's very fun. I'm looking forward to the next one. If it's in Egypt, I don't even care. You know what? Make it anywhere.
Mhm.
I'll play it.
The two places I've heard people say like they really want are Egypt and Japan.
Well, of course, yeah. Those are always the top
Yeah.
two that
But
everyone says.
to go back to what I was saying prior, I could definitely see this game like Kratos gets into a massive fight, maybe like halfway through the game, and like he's like, my powers can't save me.
Yeah.
And it's like it's one of the saddest moments in gaming history. And then like Atreus is, let's just say, for goodness sakes, he's like early 20s, let's say like 25. Like he's like a young man now, and Kratos goes like, look, like you are now the main character.
I think that's I genuinely think that's the next game.
Yeah.
And it hurts me to say that.
It really
I
does.
think that
Like even
is the
thinking about it,
next
I'm like,
game.
that would suck so bad to watch Kratos, a character I've kind of almost grown up with, and see now become a father. And in the second game, like
Goku did to Gohan.
oh, don't stop, please,
I might
please,
like
please don't do it.
When Kratos died, I will be crying.
If Kratos,
I'll need time off work.
if there's a cutscene and it's like
I'll be mourning.
yeah, like, but like it's especially the contrast of 1 to 2, because in 1, Kratos is struggling fatherhood. He doesn't really like have a connection with Atreus, and as the game progresses, that you see it happen. But then his goal in number 2 is like I'm pretty sure he even says it to Atreus. He's like, I will do anything to protect you, and you have to you can't leave my sight, because I am afraid if I lose you, I will not know what to do with my life.
He's afraid of
and
losing
like
him.
that. I don't care if you are like a father, like that hit me.
It hurts
Like-
because he's seeing his son come into his own.
Yeah.
And become a man. And you're like, this is such a heartwarming,
And
loving father story.
And there are certain scenes in the game where like Atreus will go off and do his own thing, and Kratos will panic, and he's like, "Where is he? Like, why does no one know where he is?" And it's crazy seeing the God of War panic over a
have
child.
anxiety.
This
Dude's having full blown anxiety attacks.
yeah. So
like, and it's so cool to see this side of a character that's just been so hard, and him break down because
that was a
of
monster at one point to have this humanity over something that he didn't care about.
Yeah.
A game ago. It's
It's
so cool.
such a beautiful, heartwarming story. And this is why the God of War, this is why Sony's on top, bro. Come on, Microsoft, put out something with like any like story at all. Like, come on, we're waiting, dude. But yeah.
I'd say that's a good spot to end it at.
Yeah.
Deal, 'cause
you guys went on.
we could I could talk about
It's
that
so
for
good.
a while.
It's so good. It's so good.
Sack Squad, thank you
Thank
for
you.
watching
As
our
always.
episode.
Yeah. If we do
Please.
drop Sakamoto, we'll find something.
Yeah, let us know what we should watch. Let us know your comments on the episodes we watched. Let us know where you want God of War to play.
Yeah.
Where do you want that to
Yeah.
happen? And we will see you in the next week. We
Or
love
so.
you guys. Sack Squad.
Peace.
Peace.